There is nothing like a good DIY garden project, you know. I do it myself. I like the way it looks. It fits so well with the mood of my garden. I want my garden to look very earthy, as if nothing human is happening around, that it's very natural. And this acidified surface of the cement, look how nicely it is aging here. This is a project I did maybe 2 months ago, before summer set in, and I planted my lamb's ears here. And I'm very happy how this pot is coming along. I have the video right here. Maybe the choice of plant was the wrong one, because lamb's ears are kind of floppy and they cover the whole pot. Maybe next year I'm going to plant something different in this pot. But there is another DIY project coming today in my garden. I had it in my head for a long time. And by the way, here's the mower going on. What can you do, right? The famous phrase of mine. So this pot, I covered the plastic original pot with cement, and then I acidified the surface of the cement with the help of special cement acidifiers. I will show you the picture right here on the screen, what I used. And the way it works, it makes cement looking kind of aged. And at the beginning, it didn't look like this at all. And maybe because that acid took away the alkalinity of cement surface, all sorts of maybe lichens and algae moved in. And look, it looks so good after only 2 months of being created. This is pure cement surface. And it looks very old, and I like it. But I want to make sure that this pot is going to live through the winter. I'm going to keep it through the winter because I want to see how this pot will fare the cold weather, freezing, thawing temperatures. And I will make legs for this, the pot supporting legs, because I don't want this pot to sit on the ground. And also, I don't want this pot to be, so low that you cannot see it. I want to showcase it. I think it looks really good, and my garden benefits from old stone look. I want to include more of that in my garden. So today I'm going to make my own handmade DIY pot holders from cement, sand and water. Let's begin. So for this project I'm using quick set cement, which sets only in 30 minutes. It's kind of convenient. And you pour the mold in, you pick it up out of the sand maybe in 15-20 minutes, and cement is still kind of, I wouldn't say soft, but you can brush off whatever you don't need to be there, or smooth the edges and let it dry completely. And then within 2 hours you have a strong shape you wanted. So with me, I'm going to use quick set cement. I'm going to make it ready in 2 hours. I'm going to mix it with water to the consistency of maybe sour cream or pancake mix. This way it's fairly easy to pour down the mold. Don't make it too heavy for you not to be able to pour it in. And you can always smooth with your hands those edges wherever you want cement to go, like I did right here. So don't make my mistake and fill only part of the container with sand. Use the whole container. This way it's not going to crack when you will try to build up your, not crack, just move to the side when you try to build your molds. And here I needed to build 4 molds because I need 4 legs for the container to stand on 4 legs, right? I figured it out. Maybe I can do 3 legs. I didn't think about it. Oh well. So make sure you have enough space in that sand for the molds you want. In my case, I wanted 4 and I was able to do only 3. And here I wanted my legs to be in the shape of a half ball. I found the ball in my kids' garage container with all the balls. And then I'm using this simple wood piece. So this extension will go under the pot, and the ball will be visible and would be the decorative element. I made sure that my sand was not wet but damp, This way it sticks together and it's easier to mold. As soon as my molds were ready, I mixed cement and I poured it in. I let it dry for approximately 30 minutes. I came back and because I waited for a little bit longer than I wanted, I was busy with my family, cement kind of hardened and took all the stones from the sand together in it on its surface. So I'm deciding to use that mistake as an advantage and keep it that way. So pot legs would have those little stones stuck to the cement, and it would be part of decorative appeal. Once all the sand is washed off, look at this. I have 3 of them of the same size, and then I had to wait to make another one, and I made a bigger one. That is another reason. Make your all molds the same size at the same time. This way chances would be that they would be of the same height and width, right? This is higher and wide as this ball. Well, now I'm waiting for this cement to dry completely, and now I'm going to put those acidifying substances on the surface, and that will take down the color and will make it much darker. I bought this decorative product from Concrete Camouflage Company, and then they sent me this, no, this is a Shield Advance. They sent me this concrete stain. It's basically concrete acid in slate color. They have all sorts of different colors. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this stain on my cement and acidify it. But for this, I would need my gloves. And please don't pay attention to the color. It's not the color it's going to be. There is chemical reaction right now happening on the surface of this pot holder, which will permanently color cement and will make it much darker. And what I like about it, that it's permanent because it's a chemical reaction. If I would be using some sort of paint on this surface, it's not going to be lasting for a long time. But this, once I do it and wait some time for all the stuff to settle in, we are all good to go. And you know what else I noticed? When I put this acid on, the stain takes the alkalinity away from the surface of cement, because cement is very, very alkaline, right? And it takes time for that alkalinity to leach out into the soil. So all sorts of aging starts to happen so much faster. All right, one more to go, and we are all good to wait for several hours. We can eat overnight. Several hours later, when you read the label from those acid stains, it says that you can keep the stain on the cement from 4 to 24 hours. I kept my stains for 4 hours. I'm kind of impatient to see how it will look, but the darker you want the color, the darker cement, the longer you keep the stains. So now I'm washing it, and those stains, they do have slightly corrosive features, so maybe you don't want to do it on the grass. I do it here for all the water to go under the bricks. You see where the stain spilled on cement, how dark it became? That's what it does. And this change in the surface of cement is permanent, which is lovely. That's what I want. You do it once and you don't worry about it. All right, let's see how they will look around my pot. Hey, good. You see, I didn't need this one. Although I can use it. Well, it's a little bit taller than other ones. Let's see. It's sturdy. What do you think? Oh, it looks so cute. Hold on. Let me center it. It actually looks funny. It looks cute. This way, everybody who are walking up the steps can see my creation. My aged pot, right? Okay. We can move this a little bit. Okay. Two things are achieved today. My pot is elevated. It's ready to go into winter. It's not going to be sitting in the pool of water. And I think it's going to look interesting. I want to add more of small details into my garden, especially details made out of stone and aged cement, to make garden interesting to look at. You know, when we have big gardens, there's so much to see. But when you have middle or small gardens like mine, attention to details is very important. So I want my garden to be filled with all sorts of little nooks and crannies, these little details like this spot, right? You walk up the steps and you look at this thing and you're like, interesting. And it's not looking like bright stuff. That's what I didn't like about all the pot legs when I was shopping online, trying to buy it. That's how I came up with my own idea, because I didn't like anything I saw. They were colorful, they were bright, and they would just add that distraction in the garden. But here, once these guys age and they dry up a little bit, they would look like old stones. And I like it. All right, here we go. A new DIY in the garden. Happy gardening, and we will see you around.